This video is going to give you a brief, very brief overview of Google Drive and Google Docs so that you can complete the Google Drive task sheet that has been passed out to you, and also so that you can become familiar with it. The first thing that you're going to need to do is open Chrome. Make sure you're using Chrome. And you're going to need to type in to the web address drive.google.com. Now, my computer is automatically set to remember my username and password. You will be asked to sign in. Use your Knox County email address as your username. Then use the password that we created last time that we met together. This will allow you to log into your Google Drive provided by Knox County Schools. You know you're in your Knox County Schools account and not your personal account because you will see the Knox County logo in the upper left-hand corner. You can easily toggle back and forth between your personal Drive account and your work Drive account. Just simply go through the process of clicking on your picture up here in the upper right hand corner, clicking add account, and you can easily switch back and forth between the accounts that you would like to use. The first thing I want to do is just kind of give you an overview of what you're going to see in a Google Drive account. Google Drive is a cloud-based system that allows you to save, store, and share documents, slides, Excel sheets, except they're called Google Sheets, drawings, maps, all those kind of things that are provided through Google. It allows you to share those things. The way that you get to these different things is by clicking on this waffle. The easiest way to remember this is to think of Google Drive as an octopus. It's this one big octopus that has all of these tentacles coming out of it. And each one of these apps is one of those tentacles that live inside of your Google Drive. And once you sign into your Google Drive, you will automatically have access to all of these applications. And you can access those by clicking on this waffle. So we're going to be working with Google Docs today. So if you click on the Docs, it will simply take you to your saved Google Docs that you have created. And you simply go back to Google Docs by clicking on the waffle once more. And you'll see the Drive application. Click on Drive. Now, Drive is where you're going to find all the files that you have created. One of the wonderful things about Google Drive and Google Docs is that everything saves automatically. The power goes out, you don't have to worry about it. It automatically saves. So if you're looking for a save button, stop looking because it does not exist. So the first thing I want you to look at is you see this triangle is the octopus. This is the Drive. My Drive, this is where I'm located right now. These are all my files and folders that I've created. Some I've created within Google Drive. Some I've brought from my desktop and put into Google Drive as a backup system. A great piece of advice that will save you a lot of time, especially once you start to build your Google Drive and you start to use it a lot, you can simply use this search bar. It will search your Google Drive, the titles, and the contents of your Google Drive. So if I would just type agenda, it brings up all of my documents that have the word agenda in them. So the search bar, once you become very, very familiar with Google Drive and you start using it more, and the more and more things you load in here, that search bar is going to become very, very important. Like I said, the waffle is where you're going to access the different applications. This is where you log in and out of your different accounts. To create a picture here or to load a picture here, you just click here and upload your picture by clicking on here. If we come over to the left-hand side, these are your options that you have within Google Drive. It shows that I'm currently in my Drive, things that I have created or uploaded into my Drive. You also have the shared with me. This is very important because sometimes people say, well, I thought you said that you sent me that document, but I can't find it. That's probably because it's in the shared with me section. If someone shares a document with you or a sheet with you or a slide presentation with you via email, it will show up once you click on it in your shared with me. This can simply be fixed if you want it in your drive by clicking on that particular item, dragging it over to my drive and dropping it there. It leaves it in your shared content, but also moves it to my drive. So if anyone shares anything with you, make sure that you look there first. We will go into Google Photos later, and you can remove things from your Google Drive by going to Trash. Now, if we go back to my drive, there's a couple of things I want to point out. I have created folders here. Just like you would on your desktop, you can either click here, New, create a folder, or you can right-click and create a new folder. If you want to create a new folder, you simply click New Folder, and you title it Testing 1, 2, 3, which is what you have to do for your task. Create. You will see that folder pop up right here. To go into that folder, you simply double-click. It'll take you into that folder. Now, you can also upload files from your computer or upload folders from your computer, and they will be stored in your Google Drive account. What we're going to do, though, today is focus on creating a Google Doc within our folder. So if you look up here, these are called breadcrumbs. They tell you where you are. So I'm currently in my Testing 1, 2, 3 folder, and which is located in my drive. But now I want to create a Google Doc within my folder Testing 1, 2, 3. I simply click New and click on Google Docs. This will open a separate tab that will allow me to type a document, very similar to what you do with Word on a PC or on a Mac. So the first thing you want to do is title your document. And you are to title your document Favorite Restaurants. This automatically saves. You'll see right here, saving all changes saved in Drive. All changes saved in Drive. And this is going to look very familiar to you, as similar to that you would see in a Word document right here. File, edit, view, insert, all of that is going to be something that you are familiar with. So I'm going to type in my favorite restaurants. So my top 3 are and for fun, McDonald's. Okay, so these are my 3. I have simply created a simple document. I can change the font just like I would in a Word document by coming up here and looking at the different fonts that are available. Now, if this is your first time in Google Docs, you may not have the same fonts that I have. I have actually clicked on this More Fonts and gone and uploaded more fonts to my particular Google Docs program, which you can easily do. So I'm going to change this to the permanent marker. You can change the size by simply clicking on here, and you can change the color here, and you can make it bold, italicize, or even underline it here. One of the cool things that you can do in Google Docs is if you go to Tools and Voice Typing. This will now allow me to speak and it type what I'm saying. So click to speak. I love eating at fast food restaurants. Click to stop. It got the end of mine right there. And if you have a student that maybe struggles with typing later on when students start using Google Docs, that can be helpful for students as well. So that's a neat little feature there under Tools. You go to Tools and Voice Typing here. You'll also see other things like word count, that kind of thing. So very similar to a Word document when you're typing in Google Docs. Now, what I want to do now is share this document. Okay, so I'm going to click Share. And I have a couple of options when it comes to sharing these documents. So the one thing that a lot of people do is if you're just sending it to a couple of people, now they have to have Google accounts, but everyone in the school has set up their Google account, so that should be good. So let's say I want to share this with tara.leroy@knoxschools.org. I simply type in her name. You can see it changes right there. I can type a little note. Hey, I hope you enjoy this. Now, here is an option right here. I can allow her to edit this document, to comment on this document, only be able to comment on this document, or only be able to view on this document. I want Tara to be able to edit this document. This is great when you're working or collaborating with someone, maybe on a common assessment, and you cannot meet at the same time. So someone starts a common assessment, shares it, clicks Can Edit, and clicks Send. This will go to their email, informing them that a document has been shared with them. Then they can go to their shared folder in their drive and find that, and then they can work on it. And if the person decides to work on it at the same time, you'll see their name pop up right here. So that's how you share. And one way to share. Another way to share is you can actually get a link to share with people. So if you're sending it to a large number of people, you can get a link. Now, a couple of things to notice when you see here. This says anyone at Knox Schools with the link can view. So if you share this link, all they can do is view this particular document. But if I click here and click more, it gives me more options. So I don't just want people in Knox County Schools to be able to access it. I want anyone with this link to be able to access it. And if you look right here, this is where you change their access. Can they view it? Can they edit it? Or can they just comment on it? And if I want them to be able to edit it, I click Edit here and then Save. And then so I want them to be able to edit it, save. Then you can see anyone with this link can edit it. I can copy this link, type an email, paste that link in the email, and people with Google accounts can access this link and edit it. So those are different ways that you can share a particular document. Now, one of the things that you have to do is leave a comment. One way to leave a comment on someone's document is to highlight a particular piece of text that you'd like to leave a comment about, click Add Comment, and type your comment. Comment. That will leave that comment there, and you'll be able to see it. Now, if you click here, you can edit the comment or delete the comment. Resolve means, okay, I've addressed that, and it makes it disappear. Now, if you're working with someone, oh no, my comment disappeared, what am I going to do? You can click on comments, and it gives you an entire history of all of your comments. You can even reply. So this is the basics of a Google Doc, sharing, commenting. We'll definitely do a lot more with Google Docs as the semester and the next year progresses. But I really just want to give you the opportunity to get in there and really see what it can do with the basics.